I am Alfred Barsoum Salib. I'd like to introduce myself for all of you, my kids, and those who just see this video. First of all, I would like to thank my son Adib because he makes this video available for us, and without him we cannot do this, because this is a good job he have done for the history of his family, which is our family, Barsoum the family. I wanted to start with my birthday. I was born in a small city in Sharqiya province, Egypt, on August 23rd, 1918. It means now I am on the 68th of my age. I have 7 kids now. The first kid is Adib, the second one is Adele, and then we bring Maurice, Ariette, then Adolphe, then Evelyn, then Evienne. My family, my father, as I told you, is Barsoum. He is the son of my granddad Salib. And as far as I know, the name of the family is Alfred Barsoum Salib Yusuf Atiyah Daoud. And if you return back to this time, it means I know about 300 years or 400 years ago the name of the family. And after that, I don't know. My grandmother was called Dimiana Iskandar Daoud, because during the old times, they marry from the same family. Like what I did when I marry my cousin. And I would like to say that my granddad Salib, he just got 2 boys and 2 girls, 2 daughters. My dad was his first boy, and the second one was Wadia Salib Yusuf. He is now the priest of the Coptic Church in Egypt. And my aunt Fumiya, and the other is called Maryam. And all they pass away, and they got kids, some of them in Egypt. One of my cousins in Australia is called Adli Iskandar. And the history of our family is related to Fakus, Sharqiya province in Egypt. As far as I know, my granddad Salib Yusuf, he moved from Kafr Dimyan, a small village at Hahia city in Sharqiya called Hahia, and he was possessed 7 faddan, like acres here in America, and he inherited from his father, and he sold them and moved to Sharqiya province. Up there he started to work for a person up there who was a merchant in cotton. During this time, he bought 40 acres of land in Kiad, a small city, belonged to Fakus Sharqiya. And he just got his first kid, my dad, whose name was Barsoum. My dad, as far as I know, or as he told me before he passed away, that because he was from a rich family, his father, I am talking now about over 70, 75 years, history for 75 years or 100 years. He sent him to Beirut to be educated, to be doctor. But as far as he was alone before they got his brother, Wadia, who is now priest, he tried to, he do not take care of himself for study, so he neglect his education. Why he study and he just do hard work, whether if he is alone to his dad, and his dad is rich, and during that period, if the dad pass away, the son will get all his money, so no need for him to work or to be a doctor. So he left Beirut, and he returned back to Faqus, and from up there he was a youth, and he started to look for a girl to marry. During that period of time, I am talking about 100 years now, during that period of time, the dad of the young man just choose the girl for his son to marry. So there was a family related to my mother, Batra Abdul Nur Shinouda, and both of them were in rich people. Abdul Nur Shinouda, he got lots of properties up there, and there is till today, there is a street up there called Street of Abdul Nur Shinouda Alam. So my granddad Salib Yusuf just said to Abdul Nur Shinouda, I wanted to take your daughter Batra Abdul Nur Shinouda to my son Barsoum. Even he have no education, nothing, but as he is son of a rich man, so they agree, and both of them. During that time, my dad told me that I see my fiancée, which is called Batra Abdul Nur, when she go to church, and they have a house, nice house at Faqus on Terrat Sama'na at Faqus Street. So he walked in front of the house and to see her, because he cannot, not like here in America, have a boyfriend or girlfriend. He can go with her and the boyfriend can enter her house. No, it is forbidden during that time. So when my granddad Salib just make a meeting for the Coptic church up there, because they were the first people who established the Coptic church at Faqus Sharqiyya. There was no church for the Coptic up there. As they are rich, they said, why we go to another city to just pray and to go to the church? We have to establish or to build our own church at Faqus Sharqiyya. So each one of them give from his own money some money to build the church. And they both, Abdul Nur Shinouda, my granddad from my mother, with Salib Yusuf, granddad from my father, they were related together because they are working to establish the church, as I say. So sometimes my granddad Salib just stay a long time with Abdul Nur Shinouda to discuss what they are going to do for the church. So they send their son, his son, I mean Barsoum, and to go and tell the family of Abdul Nur Shinouda that he will be late because there is a meeting for the church, so don't worry about him. So he was very, very happy to take this message and to go to Abdul Nur Shinouda house at Samana river and tell them I shall repeat it in Arabic. أبوكو حدانا ما تستناهوش. Means your dad is in our house, don't worry about him. That is the meaning of what I say in Arabic. And the language itself was in like what you say, farmers' language, you know, the language of the sign of ignorant people, the language of the farmers, you know, أبوك وعدانا ما تستناهوش. So he was very happy to take this message to her, so he can see his fiancée, Batra Abdul Noor. As far as I know from what he told me, he was engaged, you know, and they make a big party for the marriage, and they invite most of the city of Fakuz, and they said that the wine or the beer or what they drink during this time was in barrels, big barrels of 50 liter barrels. So they drink and they dance and they, as the customer of these days, you know, and they make a big party. And after the marriage, you know, he stayed with his wife, my mother, at his home because they have a big house up there. So he take 2 or 3 rooms up there, and he start to just bring the first kid, which is my elder son. He was called Maurice. He passed away. And the second one was me, Alfred. They call me up there Farid, but my official name is Alfred, not Farid. And I asked one time my dad, why you just choose this name for me? I would like, because this is just European name, not Coptic name. He said to me, because I got a friend in the University of Beirut when I was studying, and he was a sincerely friend. His name was Alfred. So I chose this name for you as I get it from my friend. So it's okay for me because it is nice name, and I think I like it because it is an European name. So, and after that, they got my youngest brother. He is Yusuf. He passed away as well. And then they got a daughter, and she passed away. And then got another daughter who is Hinaret, and they call her up there Gauhara, because when they pass away, the first daughter passed away, they said, oh, this daughter we shall call her Gohara, because Gohara, my grandmother, she lived around over 100 years since she passed away. Because she passed away, I was a young, around 15 years when she passed away. And by this time, when she came to our house, you know, and she just have a bath, the bath up there, not a shower like here, it was just a vessel, and they bring the water, and they heat it, you know, and after that, she wash herself. So we, as a youth and the kids, you know, we open the door and look how she was taking her shower during that time. And she said, oh, Wulad Barsoom, you are looking for me. It means, oh, my kids of Barsoom, you are looking for me. We just laugh and we go away. And as far as I remember, you know, I grew in a religious family. My dad was just, in my eyes, you know, I don't know. He was too religious. He was very kind. He was very simple, you know. My mother, he depend all the time, most of the time, upon my mother. She have more information maybe than him. All he can do just to go to work and come from work to the house, you know, and that's all he can do. give his money to my mother, and she have to do everything. I wanted to say before I forget that uh, they have my son and they have two daughters. So in Salibji family, there were only one son. That is why everybody have to take care of him, not to give him bad time, something like that, till they got Wadia, who is now the priest, he's my uncle. After they got Wadia, they started to neglect my father, and they, as far as I know, they said to him that you have to go and rent a house outside, so it makes a difficult time for them that they leave the house. He do not pay any rent when he was living with his father and mother. So, and he have now three kids, me and Maurice, as I told, and Yusuf. So they move outside and rent a house. Up there was 50 piasters, around half a pound. But during that time it was too expensive for them, because he was, and then he was not working. He started to look for a job. So my mother helped him. She was doing some sewing. I wanted to tell everything frankly and clear, because this will be the history. If you say about something about history, don't to be ashamed to say the truth. And this is the truth. We were three kids, me, Maurice, and Yusuf. And the income of my dad was nothing, so he have to look for work, and it was too hard for him to get work. So my mother helped him. After that, he got a job in the municipality of Fakus Shar'iyya, with I think 4 or 5 Egyptian pounds every month. This was not bad, but not good. You know, if he complete his education, and be a doctor, he will be more respectable and more dependable, and he can have a good, nice life for his family and for his kids. And I don't want to forget to say that I like or I push all my kids to be educated, because I got a good lesson from the history of my father. Because if my kids are well educated, so they will get a good jobs, they will have a nice life, they will have a nice family, they do not worry about anything. I don't want to let them suffer like what my dad suffered, because I feel that education is the best and easiest investment in the world. If you are kicked out of your country or any place, they will not take your education from your mind, but they can take your money. That is why I give a push for all my sons, and I do all my effort to give a push for my sons to just complete their education and be graduated. Anyway, I don't want to say anything like that, because I like to complete the history of the family. After, when I was grow up, you know, and I reached the age of 24 years, I just start to just work. So I joined the British Army in Tel Kebir as a kind of work, you know, because when my two brothers passed away, as a youth, you know, I like to just to make some money. So I started to go to the English Army at Tel Kebir. I was making a good money up there. So one day, the story of my marriage. One day, my aunt Fumayya, her son was sick, and they were living in Kafr Sa'r, another city at Turkey province. And up there during that time, there was no doctors up there. And in Fakus in this time, there was two doctors only in Fakus, you know, and they practice all kinds of disease, or they are dentists, they are eyes, they are take care of ears and throat and everything. So she came, she brought her son with her, and he came to her brother's house. It's Barsoom, my father, and she said to me, Farid, as I told you, they called me Farid up there. We wanted to just marry, let you marry, because you are reaching now 24 years and you wanted to see your kids. And as up there during that time, when youth or boy reach a certain age of marriage, the family like to make a party to just make good time for them. So they wanted to let him marry. So as a youth, you know, I said, why not? If you like me to marry, okay, look for a fiancé or a girl for me. As I told you, there was no girlfriend up there. And up there, you know, she said to me, during that time when she was at our house, Ovimia Dimitri Dahdour, she came with her husband, William Nassim, to our house. And
who's Ovimia?
Ovimia, she is my aunt,
Cousin.
my cousin.
So the sister of my mother,
The
actually.
sister of your, and she is the older of your mother, 1 year and 6 months, I think. And she was beautiful, she was nice, she was smart. So my aunt Fumeya told me, look, if she got a sister, why don't marry her? And this is your family, your cousin. I said, okay, why not? Because I see Ovimia, and if she is like Ovimia, it's okay for me. So she told Ovimia, have you got a sister like who? She said, yes, I got a sister more healthy and more beautiful than me. Said, oh, that's what I want. So she's promised that when she go back to El Ubaid, where she came, she will send a photo, and I shall see the photo. And this case, if I like the photo, I just marry her. And I was waiting, and one time they sent me the photo, and I noticed for myself, you know, as every boy or every youth think, she was looking beautiful. I know that she is my cousin, and I know that my aunt Eleni is very nice, and her father is very rich up there, and he's a merchant, work for himself, you know, have a good business up there, and they are from good family, from my own family of my mother. So my mother told me, what is your idea about that? I said, okay, not bad. I like to marry her. And I noticed by myself, you know, as everybody know, if you got the photo of your girlfriend or fiancé, you take the photo and keep it with you, and every time you take the photo from your pocket or something and look for it. So I do the same, and I noticed that she was taking this photo close to a door. I said that she wanted to give me an idea that how long is she, because why she just takes the photo beside the door or close to the door. And then I sent her the engagement. It was a parcel of gold, you know. And during that time, Sudan and Egypt were one nation, so no problems to send money or gold or anything or jewels from Egypt or from Fakus to Sudan. So I send it mail it by post office. And after that, I mail her a photo. That photo looks like the photo of عبد الوهاب when make الوردة البيضاء he put his hand under his chin. So I sent her a photo and she was pleased, and after we married she said to me, your photo I put it in the kitchen, so when I go to have my dinner or my breakfast or my lunch I see your photo every time in and out when I go. You laugh now. That's what she said. And during that time I sent her letters from Fakus and she sent me her letters, and as you know, letters full of love, full of enjoyment. We always say about our future and what time are you coming so we can complete our marriage. And
For how long have you been engaged?
I have been engaged around 6 months
No, 1 year.
or 1 year. I don't remember exactly, but a long time, you know. Even if I was engaged for 1 week, this would be a long time for me, you know, to wait.
It's diplomatic.
Because I was waiting for her to come, and one day they send us a message, I mean her father Dimitri Nasri Dahdoh, that he is coming to make an operation in his eye in Cairo, and just to go bring his daughter, and we just complete our marriage at Fakus, Sharqiya province. So when they came straight on to Fakus, and we stay in one house at my grandmother Sayyida Nasri Dahdoh, and we just start. I see, I was coming, just suddenly one day I was coming from my work, you know, and as you know, up there the streets are full of dust, so my clothes was dusty, so I go and see the family and my fiancée with them. So I was ashamed, but Vimy, I think, or she said to me, don't worry. So I go and have a bath and shave and have a nice looking. So I put on my good clothes. So I take her and we go on Sama'ana street in front of our house up there.
Yeah, I think we will stop and we'll let her talk and we come back to you and hear and see what happened in Samana Street.
Okay.
I was born in Sudan, Africa. I am now 60 years old.
You forgot to tell us what is your name.
My name is Isabel Dimitri Dahdoh. This is my full name, my family name. I was born in Sudan. I reach now 60 years old. My father told me this story. He came to Sudan. He came to Sudan because he was born in Syria. And Syria, a lot of trouble up there, like now the fighting together, civilian war. Lot of Christian people up there, they make a migration. Some of them came here in America, some of them went to Egypt, some of them went to Sudan. My father went to Sudan with his family. His family, his mother and his father died in Syria, but he left Syria with his family, his mother and his brother, and he have 3 brothers, Sami, Joseph, Tawfiq, 3, and 1 girl called Sayud. My aunt, I forgot her name.
No problem.
Anyway, he lived all together in Sudan. And no, his father with him. I forgot his father with him. His father was big merchant for buy to sell the cows up there and the meat, sent all this to Egypt or another country around Sudan. And my father, it was very strong boy. He didn't like to go to school. He didn't like to learn anything, something like this. But his father liked to learn him and make good education. But my father didn't like. One day, my father go to another city to buy some cows and some meat to send it to Egypt, and sent to him letter to tell him what happened in the store, because he have big store up there and he had big nursery. But my father, he can't read the letter. But and send the letter to his father to tell him what happened in the store. When he sent the letter to his father he can't read anything because the letter not mean nothing. His father very sad because he liked to learn him and to make him good education and this reason. But when the letter come to see the letter he can't read anything. He sent him letter and tell him, you are not good boy, you are don't like to learn, you are ignorant.
Ignorant. Okay.
Something like this. My father, he said, no, I have to go to school and study and learn everything, and that is what my father said, that is true. He went to school and take good education, and he will be شاعر, I don't know شاعر, poetry, and all of them give and prostic him and respect him and something like this. Before his mother liked to learn him, he didn't like. He went to school and back again, and all the teacher complained because my father didn't like to learn and didn't like to stay at school like all the children. One day his mother take him and they tell the teacher, look, I bring it by myself my son Dimitri. If make anything, beat him or make everything what I give you permission
This
for
looks like your son Morris. He go to school and come back with rocks in his bag.
Yeah. But my father said, Dimitri, the teacher said, Dimitri, stand up and say alphabet like Alif B, alphabet. He told him, I talk with Arabic this. ألف ب بوباية نص رغيف كوساية يا معلمي لا تضربني طالع من طيزك جني بارتين بتزقزق وابو بريس بيغني. He left the school and running out, and what he serves the school, he running after him and stay in something rock up like a hill and start to throw the rock in the all
Stones.
the stone on the
Servant.
there was a servant, and the servant back again, and the teacher say swear he didn't take Dimitri Dahadua in the school, leave him in the school. Because this reason my father didn't learn anything. But after his father tell him, you have to learn to send him letter. He didn't like to to read. He go to school and he
By himself.
by himself, and he learn, and everybody in now in this time everybody told Dimitri Dahadour, this is good man, that is
Have good experience.
good experience until now.
He was successful in his physics.
Anyway, and
How many brothers have you got?
what
Sister.
Yeah, well, we didn't tell us about your brothers and sisters. How many did you have?
I have 9
Tell us
for
how
for
come they come.
for
Who's the first, who's the second?
for sisters Ovimia, but I have before Nasri. This is boy first.
Okay, start
died.
I guess from the older one and go down to the
Ah,
smaller one. Who's
bye.
the older one?
Nasri, he died. Mary, he died too.
Tonight.
She died too. And Ovimia,
She's
after
still
that, still alive. And me, and Angel, and Trezia.
They are still
And
alive.
between Trezia and George, the boy, one girl, Yvonne, she died too. And after Yvonne, Hilda, she died too. And after that, George and Michelle and George Alphonse, Francois, Kamal, just still.
So all of the girls came first and after this the
And
boys
after
second.
that, the boy second. All of them is good education. After that, my father is blind because in Egypt, in Sudan, no good doctor and no medicine. Because my father have trachoma, and the
He passed away.
and the doctor didn't know what he treatment, and he blind, and after that he all the girl start to be young lady, and after that my elder sister
Sister.
Ovimia married William Nassim. William Nassim, he was the headmaster in the school, and
The
after honor and the honor too, and Angel married.
I think she was in his school as a student, isn't it?
Yeah, he was in the student, and he loved her and marry her. And after that, bring three boys and girl, Wallace and William
Wasfi.
Nassim and Wasfi William Nassim and Amal and Amal and
Wagdi.
Wagdi. This is her kids. And after that,
Wagdi.
Angel married.
كلمي بقى على أوفيميا لما جت فوز
He bring
الخطوبة والبتاع.
about I talk about my sister. After that, Angel married Rizallah and bring Philippe,
Fariel.
Raouf, George, and Nadia too. And after that, my turn. Vimia went to to Fakus Sharia, like vacation, and he went to. She went to see my grandmother up there. And
Who's your grandmother now?
My grandmother,
What's her name?
Sayyida.
Mhm.
Sayyida, and when he went up there, I took this history in the war, the second war, the second war, because this time the Hitler make fight with America and
The Europeans are like
European allied. This reason I wanted to go with Ovimia, but my father and my mother refused because they afraid, scared, something wrong make in Egypt because Hitler fight Egyptian. He was in the border in Egypt. Because this reason my father refused and my mother refused. Why Ovimia take her husband and went alone with Wallis, his
first
son, and met Alfred up there in the house of my grandmother, and talk about marriage, and they send me and tell him I have my sister and Ovimia back in Egypt, and told me this is nice boy and good looking, and he make good money and something like this, and make me I like to see him before I married him, and send me photo, and I send him photo, and after that I married. That is all my story.
No, you said, I understand you came to see him, right?
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, he said that you came to Fakus and he was coming from the army, not clean, and he cleaned himself or something like that.
But what I can say, this is the life. Because before my brother and my father and I see Alfred when I was young, 9 years old, because my father and my sent me to my grandfather to send me to Beirut to study up there with Ovimia, my sister. But when we go up there and make passport, and the time for the leave Egypt to Beirut, say no, this is a young girl, we can't go alone. We have to go with any
supporter.
guide with him. And after that we stay in my grandfather 3 years. And I see Alfred up there, but Alfred's still young. I didn't know I would marry him. But this is the life.
So this was your second time to see him, actually,
Second
not
time
first.
to him, but the first time I didn't know him well. And he know me, but he didn't know me well. But when we make it, that is the life.
Okay, we will get him now to talk to you about what happened in Egypt.
Okay.
As far as I remember, when she came from Sudan with her dad and her family for the marriage, and we were engaged, as I told you before, every time I came from my work and she was waiting for me, she put a nice dress. She was a beautiful girl as she is now. She is still beautiful, and instead of she is grandmom now for 5 kids, 5 grandkids, and she is still looking beautiful, and she was more beautiful than she was now. So when I came, you say, I take my shower, and then we go and walk together at Samana Street, to spend a nice time. And I start to just make fun with her. I tell her I shall ask you questions and leave points, so you complete it. I love, complete it. So she smiled, and I told her, say me, and she was ashamed, and she asked me some questions, and I was not ashamed like her. She was always ashamed. So, and one time we walked just for 1 hour or 2 hours, and my grandmother, which is called Sayyida, she call us, said, Alfred, not Alfred, Farid, because they call me Farid up there. Farid, Isabel, we have no kids to stay 9 o'clock in the outside. Come back and go to bed, sleep. So I told her, look,
Like the baby.
like the baby. This old woman just interrupt our life, and she is jealous, you know, because she is old. Don't trust her, but she call again, so we have to return back, and each time we go to bed. And I wanted to tell you frankly, you know, for you and all my kids, that every time I go to bed, you know, there was a metal beds, not like this wood, with 4 bars, and they must put mosquito net. And every time I told her, just come and put the blanket, cover me with the blanket, and then I kiss her and she kiss me secretly, you know, because she is alone.
Yeah, this is the first time we do that.
Because your grandma mother
interrupt, yes, interrupt you and put her
is
nose
another room.
in another room. So she kissed me and I kiss her, you know. And
No, I didn't
you
kiss you. You kiss me.
you kiss me, but sometimes I tell you kiss me.
Kiss me? No, I didn't kiss you.
You refuse, huh?
I refuse, yeah.
So what is wrong if you kiss me? Nothing, you know. Anyway, I kiss you because I like to do that, not you, because I feel that I'm happy if I kiss you, you know. So in the way we was walking, you know, I kiss her, you know, at bed. When I go to bed, I tell her, look, come on, and I kiss her, you know, and said, bye bye, see you tomorrow. And after that, you know, we
Good night kiss.
Good night kiss. And we were married on July 18th, 1943.
Yeah.
1943. And I wanted to say something, you know, when she came with Ovimia, and she was around 11 or 12 years old. She was very young and I was older than I was around 15 years. So when I finished my elementary school at Fakus, there was no secondary school in Fakus, you know, so we moved to Zagazig, and she came and visit, not me, visit her aunt, which was my mother, in Zagazig, she and Ovimi, and we took her to film, not film, movie, I think, called Kishkish Bay. It was fun.
We call
theater called Kishkish Bay. And my mother was staying with me because, as I told you before, that both my brothers passed away, so I was left alone in the family. That is why they have to take care of me, because they are afraid that I shall pass away again, so they will lose nobody in the family. And besides that, during that time, my uncle, yes, with brothers, the brother of my mother, he passed away, so I was the only male in the family. I was the only male in the family. So everybody take care of me, and I can do whatever I like, you know. Sometimes if they bring me the food and I don't like it, and turn over the table altogether, and nobody can tell me anything, you know. Because this is the custom up there. I feel that it was bad, you know, and I was not so good to do that because it is impolite. I feel that, but that's what happened. I am saying that for the history, because if you have to say something, you have to tell the truth, especially the history. But since I marry Isabel till now, you know, I feel that I still love her, and maybe more than what we start. Maybe when we started were a little problems, you know, because we don't know each other together, because
we have problem with the family too.
With the family too, you know.
Everybody jealous about me.
Yes,
Maybe
everybody, yeah.
maybe
Because
something wrong. I don't know.
No, because you were more beautiful and more attractive and
I
more
don't know
nice
them
than them.
dark skin
They are
and
jealous, yes.
jealousy for
Yeah,
me,
you-
and
you
they
look
make a lot of problem for
Yeah.
me.
Because
In my life,
Yes.
That is, I feel that, but nobody feel it. And Alfred don't feel. I am not satisfied for the family.
Yes.
That is the truth.
Yeah, but what do you feel now?
What do you feel?
No, but now it's nice, everything. Anyway, Alfred before was nice and bring me everything. That is, I say the truth. He didn't, if I need something, he go and bring me except in the house or in my dresses or I
And
need
you,
something.
you do not work, you know, till we move here.
Yeah,
And
I
then
didn't work. And
when
no.
we get the kids, you
But
know,
the family no good. Not your father. Alfred is nice.
and I am talking about when our kids grow up, you know.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah, I think
have
you
to
talk
say-
about, you know, all of your kids one by one, how they got and
Yeah.
what did
Yeah,
So
talk about the
the first one we get, you know, that is Adib, and the second one Adele, and the third one Morris, the fourth one Ariet, the fifth one is
Adolf.
and the sixth one is Evelyn and Evian, and between Adolf and Evelyn about 7 years.
7 years, yeah. Right.
And birth control, we use birth control, and between Evian and
Evelyn,
Evelyn
and Evian,
Evelyn, how many? 6
Four-
years? 4 years?
4 months.
4
4
years.
6,
4
4
years.
years, yeah.
4
I
years.
think
Always.
Maurice, you call him Maurice because of your brother. His name
Yes.
is Maurice.
And we call Maurice because we lost my elder brother, so I call him Maurice, you know, just something, you know, to let me think always about my brothers, because I was faithful to my family.
Yeah.
And
And after that, my father died, and my
Your mother.
mother bring all my brother in Egypt because she wanted to let him take good graduate in university in Egypt. Yeah, in Egypt. And my mother give him all his life for my brother until everybody grow up.
Your brother went to Sudan, I guess, and from
And
there come to United
after that
States.
went to Sudan and George
after
married.
he finished the
Yeah.
education, you know,
Yeah,
after
after
that
finish
graduated.
graduate, yes. And Michel, my brother, liked to leave Sudan because he didn't
Immigrate.
like Sudan because lot of trouble up there after the
Independence of
dependence of England left Sudan.
So he
England
moved
left
to-
Sudan,
to
left to America, and he married here in
Yeah.
America.
Her
Yes.
wife, her name is Noura, I
Uh,
guess.
and his wife named Noura, and George married in Sudan, and my mother went to Sudan to celebrate
his marriage.
his marriage George, and she died up there in Sudan. And after that, all my brother like to leave
Came to
Sudan
United
and
States.
came to United States. And this time my kids grow up, and he didn't like to stay in Egypt because Egypt lot of problem about the government and the Muslim and the Coptic and something like this. Adib left his.
He's the first one to leave.
First,
Yeah, I
left.
believe.
He
Yeah.
left to
After I finished
Lebanon.
Uh,
After he was
Finish,
graduated,
graduate in
cinema,
cinema,
college.
college of cinema.
college of
So
cinema.
he left to Lebanon, and we
Lebanon.
support him
Yeah,
till he moved to United States
yeah.
through your brother Michel.
Yeah.
And after that,
Uh,
Morris
Morris liked to
follow
go.
him because he was in the University of Alexandria,
Alexandria.
and there was a revolution of Gamal Abdel Nasser,
Yeah.
And you know the shutter, one of the students is called the shutter in the university. They
And now I
catch
remind
him.
one story
Mm.
when we Alfred in the work in the upper Egypt,
In Aswan.
Aswan,
Yeah,
and he take us to go to Aswan
yeah.
to see Aswan and
the high dam.
high dam and something like this. We go trip up there in the bus. The bus, lot of people, and the
Egyptians,
ruler of Gamal Abdel Nasser, anybody says something against the government, he took him in the jail. But Morris didn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Always make lot of problem with the government. And when we stay in the bus and we see the high dam and return back with all the people together in the bus and say, this is what, this is building what Abdel Nasser built, high dam, the Apollo, the قاعدة بتاعت Apollo, I don't know what say.
Foundation of Apollo.
The foundation of Apollo more bigger than this dam. This is
Ridiculous.
Yeah, by the way, Apollo is a Russian rocket.
yeah. And everybody say like this, and me and Alfred scared, maybe something wrong in the, hear him and they took him to jail or something of this.
Give us problems.
I told him, give us, Maurice, don't say that. No, I say
Yeah,
what I
care.
like.
Yeah.
He didn't like, he didn't care. And I put my hand in my
my
chest until I left the bus. This is one problem for Maurice. And after that, Maurice, he didn't like to stay.
So
in
he
the-
left, I guess, to France.
Yeah.
No, he left to Lebanon,
Lebanon
and from
and
Lebanon to France, and from France to
to
West Germany, and till
now,
now he is in West Germany.
And what now? Now is 86, 11, 10, I guess. 11.
Till November
Yeah.
13th is today. Till November 13th, 1986. Maurice in West Germany, and he married Carola, and he got one daughter and one boy. What is the name of the boy? I don't remember. Moriano or
Barino, Barnia and
Bar-
Barino.
Barnia and Barino. We don't know. Anyway, they are Italian's name. And he is still now. And after that, we moved to United States, and we are still here. We first go to New York, New Jersey. Then Adib call us by the phone. Why you are staying up there? Come to Los Angeles, where he was living. So we came and stay with Los Angeles, and he gave us a good help to just rent a house. And then I remember he took me with his car, you know, and we looked for a job, and then he found me a job as security guard in Los Angeles. So I worked in this job for over 1 year and a half, and then we moved to Santa Clara because he moved first to Santa Clara, and he called again. He called again us to come to Santa Clara.
After Maurice left Egypt, I feel I have to leave Egypt too, because lot of problem for the
kids.
people, lot of problem for the relative, lot of problem for this. I give up for all the country, and after that Adolf like to live.
Adolf left for West Germany.
West Germany, and I like it to leave Egypt. I didn't like to stay 1 day in Egypt. After that, I told Alfred what I feeling about everything in Egypt. He told me I go with you. That is right, and left Egypt.
Then I retired at the age of 55. And I got my retirement to the bank, and still now I got deposit money deposit in Bank Masr at Fakus branch, you know. And when I leave, there was a lot of problem, and I think Adolf, he was up there, he solved it about the account because up there everything is mixed. And then we came here, and as I told you, that Adib called us to come and stay in Los Angeles, and from out he moved to Santa Clara, and he called us to come to Santa Clara, and we came to Santa Clara, and from Santa Clara we stayed till we bought the house. By the help of Adib, we bought this house by his help. Because you remember when the first time he came with us, nobody came with us except him. He came with us here, and we bought the map, and
after that Riyad married.
After that,
I went with her to Egypt and married Magdi. And after that, Evelyn like Fabian, and he married Fabian.
And she married Fabian.
Married Fabian, and after that, stay with us, Adolphe and Vienne. And Vienne went to University Davids. And after that, he like Paul. Maybe engagement to her in
this Thanksgiving.
In Thanksgiving.
On the 26th.
And Adolphe will go to finish his graduate in
June.
In June.
On June 1986.
In March to San Diego back again to finish his graduate. And now we
have this interview right now in my father and mother new house.
New house. In Sacramento.
That is in Sacramento. But I hope after that I go to visit Maurice to see Maurice, because since 13 years I didn't see him, and then I didn't see his
wife and
his kids. I hope that, but nobody knows what will happen. Now we are
in Sacramento, in our house, and you are sitting.
I think you are married now about 40 years, over 4 years, maybe 45.
45 years marriage now, you know, and I remember it like yesterday.
Yeah.
And this is your life story.
Do you have the same feeling, or you haven't?
No.
The same feeling.
No, same feeling. Yes.
You have the same feeling. Our marriage, like we married last week.
Right.
You know,
right.
We started 2,
yeah.
And we shall end it 2.
2, yes.
And now, you know, we just, as I said before, just appreciate what Adib have done, because without his help we cannot do the movie. And I wanted to say something frankly, everybody will pass away. When we pass away, you will see this movie, you will see your dad, your mom, and this will be a good remembrance. Anne and Carol interviewed my father and my mother in my father's home in Sacramento on my mother's birthday when she was 60 years old.
Okay. Today we were at my grandpa and grandma's house, and we're going to have an interview about them, about their life story. When were you born?
I was born at Fakus Sharqiya in Egypt at 1918. So now I am 68 years old.
Did you have any close friends?
Yes, I have lots of close friends in Fakus Sharqiya, but here no.
What was it like when you were young?
It was like when you were young, you know. It is the same system, you know. No difference between Egypt or United States. Kids are kids.
You didn't have to work in a farm or anything?
Or? No. Up there, the father or the dad, as you said here in United States, the dad take care of the kids till they grow up, and he spent every penny he saved for them till they finish their education. Not like here. And I am talking about half century ago, not now. This was the situation up there in Egypt.
How were the schools over there?
We got primary school, we got secondary school, we got university, but it was, in our time, it was only primary school at Fakus Sharqiya. So when I reached secondary school, I moved to another city called Zagazig. Sharqiya, this is the capital of Sharqiya province, you know, to have my education in secondary school. When you finish, you have to move to Cairo, the capital of Egypt, to complete your graduation and to complete your study in university.
How many sisters and brothers did you have?
I would like to tell you something about my brothers and sisters. I was born in a family of 3 boys. It means I have 2 brothers and 1 sister beside me. 2 brothers, 1 older than me and 1 younger. They pass away. One passed away when he reached around 20 years, and 1 passed away around 14 years. And left me and my sister. My sister now in Egypt, and she called Henaret. Henaret. And she are still now in Egypt, you know. And me alone, that is it.
When you were ever young, did you ever go on a date?
Go what?
Go on a date.
Date?
Mm-hmm.
No. No.
You didn't?
No.
Why?
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is mulukhiyya, bamia, which we bring the seeds from Egypt here, and we cultivate it and plant it in our garden. Have you seen it up there?
You tested?
We just today we eat mulukhiyya. Have you eaten mulukhiyya today?
Yeah.
That is what I eat
You like
in
it?
Egypt. And besides that,
You like it? The ملوخية?
besides that, the vegetables is in Egypt. It will be the same like here because no different. We are Mediterranean Sea culture. You understand? That's good.
Was Tita the first girl, the first lady in your life?
She was the first lady or girl, as you say, and she will be the last one in all my life.
You never
And
had
what else I
another.
hope.
You never had another woman in your life.
No.
before?
Why? Because I was born in a religious religion, and the culture in Egypt is different than here. You are grow up here in the United States, and this is a different culture than Egypt. In Egypt, if you grow up in a family, most of the families, especially the Christians, are religious family, not like here. We just teach religion in schools, not like here, you know. So I don't have any girlfriend except she, and I hope she will be the one who she stay with me till the end of my life.
How old were you when you met her?
When I marry her,
When you met her?
I tell you about that. That's a good question. I have an aunt called Fumayya. This is the Egyptian name. She got a small boy, and one time he was sick. So she came to visit us at Fakus Sharqiya, as I told you. And up there, the families, like we gather today, you know, all the families gather in the house of their dad. So she came to visit us, and her sister, Ovimia, was visiting us from Sudan with her husband. And she looks nice now, and she looks nice when she was 17 years old. So she, her sister, my aunt said to her that, have you got a sister very beautiful like you? She said, yes. Where is she? She said to her, it is in Ubaid, Sudan. She said, I wanted to ask you to send a photo because I like to be happy when when my brother's son about me talk that we wanted to marry him and we are looking for a nice girl for marriage. In this case, you know, I was quiet. I don't say anything. But I like the idea because as a youth, I am talking with you now frankly, you know, and I wanted to say something that I am very happy that my granddaughters ask me something about my life. So I am talking with you frankly, and I wanted to know how I married your grandmama. So she said to her that when I return back, I shall send you the photo of my sister. She means Isabel. So I wait 1 week, 2 weeks, you know. She returned back to Ubaid, Sudan, and she sent the photo. It was around 1940. 1940. Up there, it was not too much like photos like here, you know. So she get a photo with a camera. And the cameras were not like now, what is now. I am talking about half century ago.
Not clear.
Not clear. So she sent me the photo, and I think I got the same photo here. One
Yeah.
time I shall show you the photo. That's what I think, or my mother think or said. She was beside the door. So when I get the photo, I said, look, I imagine that she sent me the photo to let me know how tall is she.
No, that
Because-
is not true.
That is not true. That's my thing. I
But
think
you
that.
think.
I think that, you know. That is my thing. Maybe I right,
Okay.
maybe I wrong.
What is my mother thinking now? Well, let's see.
Thinking for what?
Why you
For the
stay
picture.
beside the door and take the photo?
Because only in the Ubaid one
Photographer.
photographer. Not photographer, really photographer. He have camera. That's
Yes,
all.
that's all.
Because
In your
before,
house, you don't have camera.
no, nobody get camera
Yeah,
except one
one.
This man, he had camera and he take
He
photo.
volunteered to get your photo, or you ask him?
I asked him to give me photo. That
Yes,
is all.
because you know that this photo is going to
To you.
for me. That is why. And why you said, I am asking, why you stand beside the door?
Because he told me you have to stay here.
This is a nice area to take your photo.
Yeah, because this is in his house.
Anyway, he gave me an idea about if you are tall or short. And when she sent the photo, I told myself, oh, she is very beautiful. Why should I just
I lose her.
lose this chance? So my aunt told me, what's your idea? They call me not Alfred. My real name is Alfred. They call me Farid. What's your idea, Farid? I said, oh. I was shame, you know. This is our habit up there. I told her, what you like, my aunt, I like. She said, oh, don't lose this chance. She is nice, she is beautiful, she is from good family. Everything you want, she got it. Good looking, she is tall. Why do this chance? We shall engage you. I said, okay, I like. So in this case, we bought, I think, a golden bracelet, and I sent it for her, you know, and make engagement. And after that, as usual, as normal, you know, and from the beginning of the life, I think, till the end of the life, between me and her, we send letters, you know, full of love and full of joy and full of something, you know, give my news to her, and she reply her news. What are you doing up there? Because she was working as a teacher, you know, teach kids how to cook and make cakes, and so I tell her my news, and she tell her. She told me her news, you know, in letters between me and her, because Egypt and Sudan is too far, you know. If you move, you have to travel around 7 days.
So, knowing that you two are cousins, was that the first time you ever saw her in the picture?
Yes.
You had never seen her before
No, I saw her before.
when you were little?
Here, she was in your age or age of Anne. And she came with her sister Ovimia.
No more
because
smaller than and 9 years.
9 years, yes, younger than you.
Younger than
And they were planning to go to Syria for education, to complete their education, because there was no education in Sudan. This is the first time I saw her. She was young and I was young, you know.
But I don't think anything about her, you know. Marry on the
Nobody
future or
knows.
something, you know.
Still young.
Yeah.
Because still young,
Very
you know.
young, yes.
Did you like Egypt?
Yes, because this is a place which I was born, and this is my native country.
When you got married over there, how was the custom?
That is true, and a good question as well. The custom up there is my dad, the custom in Egypt, my dad go and ask her dad that he want his daughter for his son, right? And after that we bought something gold, you know, and we go and with the priest give her this, and we engage together and make a nice party for the family and the friends. And after that we arrange for the marriage. This is a custom in Egypt. And it's still till now the same custom, does not change.
How were the first couple of years of your marriage?
The first couple of years of my marriage, I never forget it. Because this is the first couple of my happiness and my first living in a family and the first responsibility to take it as the head of a family. And the first year I got your dad Adib, because when I married, first year we got a son, and I call him Adib, you know, because he carries the first name of my name. I am Alfred and he is Adib. First name is A and A. And we were very happy just to have the first son in our life, you know, and we love him
And the family.
too much.
And
And
for
you
the
know,
family.
and we start our family and start the life.
When was it that you moved over here to America?
I moved over here to America on February 1975 when I reached the age of 55, and I was retired from the Egyptian government because I was supervisor of ID card office up there. So I retired and I moved. And I moved because my elder son Adib, your dad, you know, he moved here around 15 years before me or 12 years before me, you know. And up there, all my kids, my son Maurice, your uncle, he moved to Lebanon, and from Lebanon he moved to France, and from France he moved to Germany, West Germany, and till now he stay in West Germany, and he married, and he got two kids, one boy and one girl. So Adolf, your uncle as well, like to move. So your grandmom said to me, what is the result? We got 7 kids and all are going to move. Why we should stay in Egypt? We have a nice living up there, a nice house, like this house, you know. And you have a nice living, you know. And I was employed and I got property of 8 houses at Fakus Sharqiyya, you know, where I got all the kids in Fakus Sharqiyya. They were born in Egypt, Fakus Sharqiyya. And I was a nice living up there, and I don't feel any problem for me. But when my kids move, what is the result to stay alone without kids? So we plan to move, so we sell everything, you know, and we move. And when we moved, we were living in Cairo, because we moved from Fakus to Cairo, as I told you before, to give a chance for our kids to complete their education in the university. And your dad, he liked to work in field of cinema, and in Egypt only one college of cinema in Cairo. And the college of cinema in Cairo, believe me or not, this is for the high classes people, because those who work in the field of cinema or photograph are high classes and rich people. Because your dad cost me, I bought for him one camera, $300. $300 around $10,000 now. It was during that time, you know, because it was very, very cheap. And I bought it from outside. I bring it from here, from Europe, because there was war, none in Egypt. So this is for high classes, you know. And when they finish their education, and they move, no need for me to stay without my kids. I like my kids, and like to stay with them, and that is why I like to buy a house in Sacramento, 2 stories, for all my kids to come, because I am very happy to see my kids and the grandkids.
Yeah.
And what is the life without kids and grandkids? It's nothing.
I would like to know a little bit about my grandfather and my grandmother, Barsoom and
Okay,
Cleopatra.
that's a good question. I can tell you about my dad and her dad because I know. My dad was a religion and a kind man. He married my mom because his dad chose her for him, and
I would like to know how did he choose her for him? Because
Yes.
I understand
That
that's a
is
different
good
story.
question. I was not born in that year, but I heard it from him, you know.
Yeah, I think I
He
did the
said to
same.
me, as I am telling my granddaughters now my history, how I marry their granddaughter, he told me, he said to me that his father and the father of my mother were the top classes of the Coptic in Egypt, in Fakus Sharqiya. One of them called the who collects the money for the society, one of my granddads, and the other was the chief of the
Called
society.
Abdel Shenouda.
Abdel Noor Shunuda, yeah.
Yeah.
And Salib
And,
Yusuf. Salib Yusuf, yeah.
Yusuf, yes.
So Salib, the dad of my father, asked Abdel Noor Shunuda, the dad of my mom, that I wanted to have your daughter for my
But
son.
your father loved your
Yes, I
mother
know.
before.
Yes,
He
I am
asked.
going to, yes. So, because my dad see my mom in the church when they go,
Yeah.
everybody see each other. So he said, I like to marry this girl. So he asked his father, to go and let her dad talk with him that he wants his dad for his son. And my dad was educated in Beirut.
In
you know,
Beirut, yes.
you know the American college in Beirut, till now it's American college. And he was going to be a doctor. But
Doctor.
because he is alone in his family, and his family were very, very rich in Fakus, they got, my granddad got around 40 acres of land. And this is a big area in Fakus, and they make a good money. And they got, the only son is Barsoom, my dad, in the family. And beside Barsoom, he got 2 daughters. My aunt, which she engaged, my wife, as I told you before, and another aunt, you know, because, and after, for that, they wanted to marry the only son which they got in the family. So they have their kids, and they like them, and spend nice time with them. And this has happened. So my dad, every day go to his fiancée and tell her that don't wait for your father, because your father will come and have his dinner with my dad. Got an excuse to go and see her, and her house was on just a river in Fakus. You haven't seen it, but I think Adib knows the river. So he go and walk in the front of the river, and she go and wait for him in the garden. So she can see him, and she can, and he can see her from outside, till they marry, and they born my elder brother, his name was Maurice, and my youngest brother, whose name was Yusuf. And they bring me and my daughter, I mean my sister Henriette. And that's why how they married each other, you know.
So let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
How was your first date with Tita?
First day with Teta,
First date.
the
Date.
first date with Teta, the first date with Teta, was very nice and beautiful, and I never forget it.
What did you do? I mean, did you go out to dinner? Did your parents come along?
Uh,
Did you go alone?
I would like to tell you that, excuse me, in Fakous there's not big restaurant like here to go and have dinner outside. You know, they have restaurant for full ta'amiyya. You know, this is the food which they, and we have not nice places like here or big cities, especially in Fakous. So I can take her and have food up there. So the first time we marry, we stay in our house, you know, spend a nice time together, and that is it.
So you never really took her out anywhere?
No, I took her out one time and go to Cairo to visit the capital of
Before
Egypt,
you
you
were
know.
married?
No, after I married.
How about before you were married?
Before I married, yes, I took her one time when she came, because when she moved from Sudan before we married, she stayed around 1 month before we married. So I took her one time to have a photo, because as I told you before that we have no photographer in Fakous. So
Because
the best
Fakous,
thing, a
small,
small city in that time, you know.
Before,
I am talking
but
about
now
half
it's big
century
city.
ago. Half century. No,
I
now
like-
they got everything.
Yeah.
So I took her to Cairo, and we have a nice photo. And one time I got this photo, I show you the photo for our engagement before we got married.
That'd be nice to see.
Yeah.
I would like to know when your first date was going outside on the river with mommy, and you
Yes.
say something and she want to continue.
Yeah. You remind me about something. I like to remind every time. When she came, I told you now that we
Before
stayed.
the marriage.
Yes, we stayed one month before our marriage to arrange the marriage. You know, when we married, before I forget, up there is a dancer. You know, dancer. They come, public dancer. They rent somebody to dance in our day
Like a
of
belly
marriage.
dancer?
Yeah, like ballet or something like that. And before when we were engaged, you know, we just walk, as I told you, in the bank of the river, of our house, me and her, and we got grandmama for me and for her. She was an old lady, and when we go at night up there, I ask her in English, you know.
She asked me, you learn English in your
Sudan?
school in Sudan?
She said to
I
me,
said, yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I told her, look, I shall ask and you have to answer. I wanted to just make a fun with her. So I told her, I love complete. She was shocked, you know. You don't know the answer? I answered it. I love complete you. So I wanted to kiss. I wanted to kiss.
Yes, yes.
Said me. This is the answer. You know, so we spend something like that. Yeah, as you know, as somebody engaged, you know. So, but she was shame, you know. She just smiled and put her eyes like this and she just smiled. And when we are late, our grandmom said, Alfred, Farid, and Isabel, come on, don't be late outside. Come on,
I
that
have
is enough.
nobody late outside until
Just-
10 o'clock or 9
Yes, no
o'clock.
more. And
No
I
more
like
coming.
I like to stay all the night outside with her, you know. So I just talk with her, you know, as she's
And
my
kiss
fiancée,
me.
and kiss her.
So
Yes.
this is the first time we were there.
No, so when I asked her, I wanted to kiss, and she do not put the word me, so I tell her me, so I kiss her. You know the answer now? She said yes, I know it now. Next time you ask me, I shall tell you the answer. And besides that, before I forget, when we are engaged, you know, and she was in Sudan, she sent me lots of letters, and sent her lots of letters, and these letters I keep it till now.
I got question
45
for
years I got the letters.
Yeah, go ahead.
45 years ago.
I got question for the
Yes.
letters. We know that half century ago,
Yeah.
the privacy was very rough. I mean, when you got letters, your dad usually just opens this letter. So did you get any privacy?
No.
And I have the same question for her. How was
That is a good question. First of all, as I told you, my elder son, my elder brother, and my younger brother passed away. So they left me. I was alone in my family. I got more than privacy. Nobody can touch my letters. Nobody can open it. When they receive my letters, they give it to me. What I want, I can do. What I like, I can do. Whether it is wrong or right, I can do. Nobody wanted to just give me any word of carelessness of anything like that. Why? Because my two brothers passed away and I stay alone. So they were afraid that to let me angry or feel sorry or feel something. So whatever I like, I can do.
how about your letters?
Oh, my letter.
Yeah, good letter.
Because my brother-in-law, like Alfred, when
Yes,
he saw
William Nassim,
Alfred, William Nassim,
the husband of
the
Bohemia.
husband of Bohemia, my sister. He like Alfred. When Alfred sent me a letter, he pushed me to, I have to write letter for him. I told him, no, I can't. But tell him, sit down, Isabel, and write letter for Alfred. I told the
And he was headmaster of her.
yeah, because he was my teacher.
Oh, so you don't write letters from yourself. Somebody push you to write letters
Yeah.
for me. Oh, this is the first time I know.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen.
Me too.
I have something to say.
Yeah.
Second.
Shouldn't you get your privacy, especially when you're engaged? I mean, I don't think
I got-
anyone
I
has
got-
a right to open your letters.
Yes, I got my privacy, as I told you. Nobody to open it, and they are keep my letters when they are not. If I am not outside, they have to keep my letters and save it for me.
I really think no one has any right to open
Yeah.
your letters
Yeah.
in your name.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
When you were in Egypt, did you see any famous actors or
No.
actresses
No.
or singers?
We
You saw.
actors very little. One time Ali Kassar came to not to here Fakus to Zagazig. I told you that when you wanted to study secondary school, you go to Zagazig Sharqiyya. So I was studying in Zagazig Sharqiyya, and she and her sister Bohemia came and visited us up there, and we see the actress. His name is Ali Kassar, and the story about what? لا. No, I mean,
علي حافظ الكسار.
Kassar Ali Kassar
علي
about
الكسار about
حكم راوش.
حكم
حكم
عراوش.
the story was حكم راوش
The rule of
of King
of King.
Raosh. This is the famous king in Arabic
an Arabic.
of Arabic states.
I have a question
Which-
to ask you.
I'm second.
When you came here to United States, what you see about, the custom of Egypt and the custom of United States?
Yeah, different.
I see the custom of Egypt and the custom of United States. Here, too much freedom, and too much freedom for the human being is not so good. And in Egypt, too much not freedom, and it is
And
not
it is
so
no good too.
The middle between freedom and unfreedom is the best way. Don't give freedom too much and don't do too close, So will be the middle. But I feel that here something good and in Egypt something good. But what is better here or there? I think in the characters Egypt is better.
No, I don't think so.
I am talking about 50 years ago, not now. Maybe they change now.
Social
Worse.
values.
I
But
don't.
up there is social,
Family.
Family, if something happened to any family, in our city, whether I know them or not, I have to go and help, give help. But here, you even have a tenant with you in one building, and you stay 6 years and you do not know even his name.
Yeah, about
But in
this is,
Egypt, everybody know each other. One day when Adib and my kids were around 7 years, 8 years, some kids from other side came and fight. You know, the kids fight together. All the family came and asked, oh, we are going, how come they beat your kids? Blah, blah, blah. So if anything happened, all the family
because
come together,
observe
you know,
all
because
the
we know
family
each other.
knows to each
We
other.
are very close, not like here. Nobody knows.
You bring your kids from Egypt. How you supposed to see if they're gonna be raised like Egypt or like United States?
No, I supposed to see them rose like the culture which is we are working in it now. I cannot say to bring them from Egypt or they can come from Egypt and I want them to stay in Egypt. No, if they are here, they have to take the habits and the cultures of here, but the good habits, not like the kids here drink marijuana and drink drugs and like that, you know. Here, kids, lots of kids drink marijuana, but give them the privacy, give them the freedom, help them to be well educated, have a nice family.
I wanted
you know.
to tell you, Flor, not in Egypt, all the Egypt same people, but some kids drink marijuana too and cigarette
not
too.
like here.
But yes, but not like this. Here too much. But observe, this
In
is
every place.
bad family.
In
Like
every
this.
place there is a good and bad,
Yeah.
but the percent,
Yeah.
the percent in Egypt may be 5%,
Yeah.
but here 99% or 90%,
yeah.
so they are different.
But I want
You know, in Jesus Christ have many 12. One of them was bad. One of them was bad. There is a good and bad. There is a dark and light.
Yeah.
You know, in every place in all the world. If you have even kids, some is good, some is bad. You know, but not like here.
But here too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Look, ask her. I have around 6, 7 friends. How many of them just smoke? Smoke. Who?
No, because
Zaki
it's-
Dimitri or Ibrahim Abu Nil?
No,
or
I don't
Farag?
like. I don't ask about friends or family. I ask about all the people in the Egypt. Not all of them good
No.
people.
Who,
Some of
who
them
said,
bad
who
people.
said that all the country will be good?
Back to you, I really personally want to know,
Yeah.
you know, little bit about your brothers, how many, how you have life, which school you want to go.
Yes, which question you want me to answer?
Answer me first and answer her second.
Uh, the first kid in Barsum's family was called Maurice, and then Farid or Alfred, that is me, and then Yusuf, that is my youngest brother, and then we got one daughter. She passed away. She stayed around 2 years and she passed away. And we got another daughter, stay another 2 years and she passed away. Till we get another, my dad get another daughter called Henaret, and she still living till now in Cairo. My elder brother passed away because he got a fever, and in that time there was no penicillin, no streptomycin, not even, believe me or not even
Doctor in
only one doctor belonged to the government in Fakus. So they do not discover, you know, the medicines which they know now, so he passed away. The youngest one passed away in a couple of days. They do not know the reason of his illness. So he passed away. And left the family, me and my sister, that is it. No more.
And what about the school? Which school you went?
Me?
Yeah.
I went to Fakus Elementary School, and when I was graduated from Fakus Elementary School, I went to complete my secondary school in Zagazig, as I told you, because there was no. And my mom lived my dad at Fakus, and we went and established a house up there, and he came to us every week, and because weekend up there, not Saturday and Sunday, Thursday and Friday, because up there the government are Muslims, not Christians, so they do not take Saturday and Sunday, and that is the way in which I get my education.
Go ahead.
Any more question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if perhaps, a guy from Egypt or something goes and he kills a person in Egypt, like an Egyptian person goes
Yeah.
and kills another person in Egypt, in
Yeah.
your country, what will happen to that person?
They will shoot him.
Yeah.
If anybody, not like here, give him a prison for 5-6 years. I know somebody here kill 2 persons in San Francisco, and he got 6 years prison. Up there, if you
They kill
kill
him.
somebody, they kill him. Even if they catch him with drugs, selling and buying drugs, they will get prison around 40 years prison, not like here. And up there, I want to tell you something I remember now. Up there in schools, they check, we stay in rows, and they check our shoes should be clean, our nails should be cut off, we should be neat in our clothes. They check us every day, not like here. No smoking in school, no drinking, nothing. If you go to school, it means this is a place of education, not for, even if they catch any person smoke,
You have to
dismiss
respect
him.
your teacher
Teacher.
too, because the teacher is
And
very
up there,
strict.
if my teacher wanted to talk to me, I have to stand up,
To
not sit
stand up,
down.
not sit down. Any
Not like
question,
here.
I have to stand up.
Respect those young, respect those who are older.
Do you have your mother?
Ah,
My mother, yes, and
She is now alive?
no, she passed away.
Your father too?
My father too, and they pass away over 80, 85 years, 90 years old.
Were you married when you came to America?
We married? Yes, we were married before we came to America. We get your mom and Adib and your uncles and your aunt and all of us before we got
I
here.
want
Yes,
to ask you
ask.
one thing. Do you remember when was in Alexandria?
Yeah.
And they asked you about which singer you like,
Ah.
and what did you say?
That's a good question. One day I take I take the family to Alexandria to spend the summertime up there in Alexandria because it is a nice beach up there. So in the family we gather together and they ask each one, which singer, which voice, not singer, which voice do you like? Somebody said that I like the voice of Kulthum.
She's
As you know, Umm Kulthum. And the other said I like the voice of Abdul Wahab, another singer. And somebody said I like the voice of Abdul Halim Hafiz, another singer. These are famous singers because they hear them, every time.
Which singer is the
Yes.
favorite singer?
Favorite singers there was Muhammad Abdul Wahab, Kulthum, Farid Al-Atrash, and
but what you answer?
yes, he asked me about the singer. So the last question for me, which voice, not singer, which voice, because this is different between the singer and the voice. Which voice do you like? I am smart, and I like my wife. So I told them, I like the voice of my wife. Because this is the voice
Everybody laugh.
everybody laugh because this is the voice which I hear in the morning and which I hear at night.
So she was singer too.
No, she was not singer.
the voice. I will
The
share
voice.
every time.
Which voice I hear in the morning? Voice of my wife. She said to me good morning,
Okay,
and at night good night. Bye bye.
I,
That is it.
I want to ask my mom which singer or you like to hear.
To hear Abdul Wahab.
Abdul Wahab.
Abdul Wahab. Why his face is
Yeah,
too close to me. She
Yeah.
said I.
Okay,
Do you remember?
we have a tape for Abdul Wahab. We'll let her listen to it.
Listen.
Yeah.
When
Do you remember when Abdul Wahab he made a movie and he has called
Yes.
the الوردة البيضاء
Yes.
and you have a picture carrying the flower you know, like Abdul Wahab and with whatever called tarbooj they put it like hat, the Egyptian hat.
Yeah, and one time up there they got a fashion because our king Farouk, yes, he put his bar, like here, you know,
Beer.
somebody got
Beer.
bar, beer, beer. So I put my beer and they have a photo. I shall show you the photo for
When
a
you
time.
turned 69, how did you feel?
When I turned 16,
69.
16,
Because your birthday was
68.
right?
Oh,
Do I feel
68.
when I feel 68?
Yeah.
I feel that I am more comfortable of myself. I feel that I have done my responsibility towards my kids, you know, and I was besides that very happy to see you as granddaughters grow up, you know, and my hope for you is to complete your education. You are a good talkative, you know, you are very nice, and she as well, and she as well. So my good advice and my happiness to see you complete your secondary school and then your college and then your university school. And I hear that you like, I think she or you like to be a lawyer or doctor. This is a good income. So, and I hope, and I ask God to just let me survive till I see you are graduated from university, and I go and just see your graduation and take photos with you, and I shall be very, very happy.
Well,
As well as this for you as well. You have to complete your education.
I would like to go back with the actor and actress.
Yeah.
You said you like Abdul Wahab. Which song you like to hear for Abdul Wahab?
There's a famous songs like El Karnak, like El Gandul.
You
Because
like
this
to hear it?
Okay, yes, why not? I
Okay,
like to hear
we'll
it.
do that.
Yes.
And the same question to my mother, which song you like to hear?
Gandul.
El Gandul, you will let you hear.
Because Gandul,
Any
this
more
is
you ask?
She has a memory for El Gandul.
Yeah.
What? Tell us about it.
because Gandul, this is the first song for Abdul Wahab. It is nice song, really nice song. Because Abdul Wahab made for this song, they bought big building in Egypt. They gain about for the Gandul, but really it is nice song.
He do
Yeah.
his best in this
Yeah.
What
to keep it. Yeah.
What movie you like to see for Abdul Wahab or for Kalsoom or
I am still like to see the movies of Abdul Wahab, like
What's it
الوردة
called?
البيضاء, like because this is the reason.
Yeah, I think we have Rufasa fil Alb, so this is I guess what we will
Yes.
Yeah.
show you a couple songs from it.
Yeah, because this is remember me about the time when we were engaged, you know, and have small kids, and we go to the cinema together at Fakus, you know, me and her and Ibrahim Abu Nil, our friend, every week we just go and together, his family with my family and with our kids, you know, and we go. And this is in this time there was the movies of Abdul Wahab and Kalsoom. There is no Abdul Halim Hafiz.
Yes.
That is why I remember these songs, you know.
Yeah, but we understand that you like Abdul Halim Hafiz too.
Yes, I like it. When I found Abdul Halim Hafiz, I like it. Yes, he have a nice songs.
If we put your music from your country, can you dance with your wife?
Music?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we may be out of time. Okay, and she has a question.
Yes, yes. I am
So-
ready. Any question you like?
So we all know today is Grandma's birthday. How do you feel?
Christine?
I feel it is, I proud it for my kids and my daughters. This is surprise for me because I am not remember my birthday, but my kids remember. I
This
proud it for me.
means it's a good feeling from the
Yeah.
kids to remember the birthday
The
of their
birthday.
mom, you know. And because she is busy, you know.
Yeah.
Besides that, we are in the age of sometimes not our mind sometimes forget, you know.
Because sometimes I forget myself.
Yes. She's always busy, you know.
We'd like to thank you for sharing your adventurous life with us.
Thank you very much. You are welcome. Any more questions from anybody?
Thank you. We spent beautiful time with you.
Thank you. Let us go.